everybody, welcome back. We are in the new year, we're in 2023, and I am going back to my usual routine of sewing, meaning I am now at the eve of conceptualizing a new project. I'm starting the year with something super special. At the end of last year, I started to talk to one of you guys, one of my subscribers called Chantal. Hi Chantal. We started chatting on Instagram. We realized that we had a lot in common. We just hit it off. Yeah, we met actually in real life and it was a blast. Chantal and I then met for a second time just before Christmas. And she came with a package of fabric for me, which is just so kind. Oh gosh! Even with a ribbon on. Oh, thank you!
I'm ready to take this. I'm very excited. It's very poorly wrapped, so it should come open easily. You really read my mind. I was recently thinking about like leather and tweed and all of this stuff. Oh, good. I'm gonna want to start on this tomorrow.
She wanted to see me make something from fabric that I didn't choose myself and see me basically create something from scratch without actually knowing where the journey is gonna go, without having an idea in my head beforehand because that's something that I saw and then I bought a fabric and realized I could make it with that. No, she just wanted to challenge me and I'm here for it. Chantal chose a beautiful tweed for me. It has beautiful colors in it. It is heavyweight. It is definitely a coating fabric. So that already gives me a kind of like lane that I have to go into to make something with this that actually works out in the end. Tweed is really something I've been wanting to work with for a long time. So it's almost as if Chantal read my mind.
You really read my mind.
I'm really happy about this. I think it's also a great fabric for the time of year that we're in. It is currently February, so it's still kind of cold in London, and tweed is just something that I associate with the colder season. So I'm really excited about working with this. Now, like I said, I didn't choose this fabric myself, so I now am facing the task of having to sit down and actually finding inspiration for the design. Now, tweed, as a lot of you might know, is kind of like synonymous with Chanel. Chanel makes these gorgeous tweed jackets and skirts and suits, and this is something that I immediately think of when I see tweed. This fabric could also be a coat. Easily you can make a coat out of this, but I'm thinking I really like the idea of making a two-piece that I can mix and match with other clothes that I have. So if I make a jacket, I can wear it with jeans, or I can wear it with the skirt that comes with it, but I can also just wear the skirt with maybe a white button-up blouse and sneakers or high heels. So I think making a Chanel style suit with this could be a really good idea and could really up my game in terms of my wardrobe staples. So I'm really excited about that. I sat down this morning and went to Pinterest and started looking for inspiration for this make. Now, I'm going to show you a few pictures here of things that I like, that kind of speak to me. And you can see I'm actually drawn to quite simple silhouettes for this fabric because although the color is quite dark, because of the weave, it's still kind of busy. So I don't want to go for something too overbearing. There was actually another design that I was really drawn to, which is this one. And I really like this idea. But I think for this like maximalist silhouette, that fabric might not be the right choice. So I'd rather go with something a little bit more classic. So on my Procreate app, I started to draw out the silhouette that I'm thinking about. So you can see it's a very, very simple short jacket. And then the skirt is going to be super simple. I think maybe I'm going to do a bit of a detail at the waistband. So that's the idea for now. And then also I think I'm going to go bold with the lining. The fabric has a tiny like turquoise, like bright turquoise thread in it. And I think I like the idea of giving this a turquoise lining. I think this could be really fun because you don't really see it unless you like take it off and put it on. And that's just a fun little detail that I'm thinking about. Right. Okay. So what I have to do today is to go and get the lining and the buttons, I think. And then once I'm back, I can go and give the pattern a go. Exciting. Let's go.
£50 for a bit of haberdashery is a bit too much for my little budget right now, so no.
Okay, sorry about the lighting. The January afternoon sun is doing its most. I have bought lining and I didn't follow my original plan, as I never do. I never follow my original plans. I don't know why. Usually it doesn't happen. Okay, so I decided, or like I thought I was gonna go with this little turquoise that's in the fabric, but it's not enough. I realized that when you hold it next to it, it doesn't really look good. Like it doesn't really agree with the tweed. So I went for a nice salmon pink. I feel like this is a good match. So I'm gonna go with this. And then I went to a different shop to find buttons, and while I did, I realized that I bought a bunch of buttons at Liberty's last year, and there are some pearl buttons in here as well. So let me see. We have these pearly little suckers here, which definitely work. And then we also have these, which are not pearls, but also work. So I will have to make the decision when I get to it, either or. Let me know in the comments what you think, which ones I should go for. The next step in the process of making this will be the pattern. Now, usually I draft my patterns myself, and I will probably do so with the skirt, but because this is a jacket, and jackets tend to be complicated, I'm gonna pull out my Low kit, which looks like this. I don't actually know if I featured this on the channel before. Potentially not. I made a blouse with this. Let me show you. It's a bit wrinkly, but I made this before Christmas, and I actually wanted to put it on the channel, but then I just never got to editing the video. So I have lots of footage on how I made this blouse. If you're interested, let me know. Maybe I upload it. So I made this last year with the help of this pattern kit. This is real silk, by the way. It was very expensive. So the Low system is basically a system where you just need one measurement, and based on that measurement with the golden rule, you extrapolate the pattern onto a piece of paper. So instead of having the printed pattern somewhere, you just have this kit. I'm sure you've seen this before because I found this through with Wendy, which I know a lot of you watch as well. It just looks like this, and it came with these tools, which is just a measuring tape that has this little attachment at the node point here, like this. And say for example your bust circumference is, I don't know, 92. You pin your little pin in here, and then you rotate around with the help of the patterns that are in here, and you create a pattern with that. I don't know if that made any sense. I'm going to show you later because I am going to use this. Now what I'm going to do is I'll have a flick through this and find a pattern that I think looks the closest to the kind of jacket I want to make, and then we take it from there. Everything is prepped. I'm on the floor to extrapolate my pattern, and I found something that is actually just perfect. It's a vintage insert, which looks like this, which is practically a Chanel suit. Like that's exactly what I'm trying to make with a few changes. So I'm gonna shorten the jacket, and I'm gonna shorten the skirt. I'm probably gonna remove the dart in the skirt front, and this is what the pattern looks like. So down here we have the front and back, we have the sleeve, which is actually the thing that I am really looking forward to because I have struggles making fitted sleeves, so this will hopefully do the trick. Interestingly, this sleeve has a little dart in it, which I've never seen before, but I'm down for it. And then we have the skirt pieces here. So I have it loose like this, and what I need to do is I place this onto my piece of paper. I'm taking some Scotch tape, and I'm gonna start just somewhere here in the middle, and I'm just making sure it's not moving around too much. So the Low kit also came with this dressmaker and hobby sewers design tailor curve, which I appreciate. So it has this tool here, which is a trouser curve, or like a skirt curve, which I didn't have before, and another pattern master, which I do have my own here, so I'm gonna use that one. Like I said, there's this tape measure that we have to use to extrapolate the pattern. So my bust circumference is 90, so I'm gonna place the pin like this into the little drawing here, and now it gets a little tricky. You have to grab a Sharpie. What I do is I find the measurement on here, marking at the 25 because that's what it tells me to do, then 24, and so on. So let's speed this up.
here it is. Front, back, sleeves, and skirt.
Extrapolating the patterns from the leather kit is actually strenuous somehow. I don't know, because it's like hard to do all of this with just 2 hands. So I kind of got lazy after the jacket, so I made my own skirt pattern because I can do skirts. Skirts are fine. Pattern is now done. I'm gonna call it a day today. I think what I will have to figure out tomorrow is whether or not I want to make a mock-up. I probably should make a mock-up because this precious fabric I only have a limited amount of, so I need to make sure I'm not messing this up. Yeah, see you tomorrow. As you can probably tell, it is the next day right now. I already cut out all of my pieces from the calico so I can make a mock-up. It is miserably cold outside, which is why I'm wearing my scarf and my woolly socks, which you can see in the clip. It is like freezing, which I prefer to it being wet and humid, to be fair, but I'm also just cold right now, so maybe doing some work will help. Right, so I'm now gonna sew together all of the pieces and then we can see if we like the silhouette. Interesting. Short. Needs to be longer. We'll see. Alright, so jacket is sewn together and it looks pretty good. I think the shape of it is pretty much what I'm looking for. There are a few things that are not quite right, so definitely the sleeve is too short. Needs a good 4 centimeters more, I would say. And then the back is also too wide in the waist, so I can take it in a little bit. You can see how it's like I get this little ducktail. Overall, it's a bit voluminous, but I think because the fabric is quite thick and I'm also going to line it, that is okay. Like it should be a bit more voluminous, so in the end it still fits and isn't too snug when all of the materials have come together. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. I don't think I have much more to say about this. I think I can work with it. I'm going to redraw the pattern and make a few changes, aka make the sleeves longer, etc. But I'm happy with this. And I think this is a good cutting off point for today's video. I am gonna leave you hanging because next week's video is gonna be me actually sewing together all of the pieces and showing you what the Chanel suit dupe ends up looking like. So see ya next time. Okay, after taking a long lunch break, I'm now sitting in this mess that I created. Sleeves are completed. I'm really happy with them. Or how fast I was in the morning, the much slower I am. So is this English now? I will smile so much to hide my sorrows. Faith is shaky and vibrato. I can't hold a frown too long. I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running